Nathaniel Bandy,
Nowadays, I'm playing a lot more with myself.
Albert Boris, Nintendo Land,
Bowser's Fury ruined 3D Mario for us.
and Sephiroth Productions. These four nations made a drastic mistake. They uploaded a Mario Kart World Course ranking within range of me, Sir Musty. Welcome back to Sir Musty's Course Ranking World Tour. We already did Stop 1 at Nathaniel Bandy's, and Stop 2 takes us to someone inspired by the man himself. Bursting onto the scene with their Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC videos, we go to none other than Albert Boris. Experienced Sir Musty viewers will know exactly what Albert is all about. But for those unfamiliar, trust me, you're in for one hell of a ride. Especially considering, just like her inspiration, she uploaded this very quickly after the game came out. 13th of June? Fucking 8 days? 8 algorithm. Holy man, I can't be doing it. Okay, you know what? Just for that, we're doing the Nathaniel Bandy thing again. 38k views, yeah? Hey, money. Algorithm Boris at it again. So, if there's two I'm interested in with every course ranking I'm gonna watch, it's Boo Cinema and Koopa True Beach. Let's see if Albert Boris is on the right side of history.
Hey everyone, I'm Albert Boris.
I would say an 8.2 out of 10 Albert Boris.
Never did I imagine that I could have this much fun with a Mario Kart.
Same!
Like, I'm honestly kind of shocked at how much better this is than every other entrant.
True! That's what I'm saying! True!
Now, wait, did Yoshi just mute toward the camera?
He did, didn't he? He literally hit you with a, hey, hang on.
Did Yoshi just mute toward the camera?
I do say, good chap, your jawline is looking rather terrible compared to mine. Oh, okay, I'm guessing it's in G tier then, alright.
But my god, do they have nothing on the absolute atrocity that is Peach Stadium in the Shell Cup? What the f happened
True!
here? So, you know how much I hate SNES Bowser Castle?
Oh, okay. Racking up those charges already, eh, Boris?
It's honestly the worst Mario Kart course that I've ever played. And it's even worse because this is the finale to the show.
True! I don't know, again, whose idea was a paperclip as the finale? I don't get it. Fucking 2 counts of slander. You know what, Boris? It's because you made it a week, that's why. You made it. Why are you booing her? She's right. No, boo, 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 boo. Boo, 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 boo. F tier? You couldn't like put it in D at least? If I hit SNES Racism, I'm gonna add that as a charge, okay?
At least it's gonna be a combined version of the 2 tracks, right? After all, there's no number in the title, and you can even see both of them on the map.
Yeah, but like, KB1 is just like a circle. KB2 is like a circle.
The reason this track was good in Super Mario Kart was that despite just being a circle, it had a fun section where you needed to avoid the deep water. So why is it in a game where you can just drive over water?
If I'm gonna give this track props, and you can't even fucking fault me. KTV is one of the few tracks with like active hazards. Are they much of a threat? Not really. This game is lacking in like actual hazards, and this game has hazards, and the music's arrayed. It is not F tier.
But wait, you might say. You do 5 laps on this course instead of 3, just like in Super Mario Kart. Isn't that super cool? No, it's not.
I'm adding an extra charge. I'm adding an extra charge for that, okay? I hope you know I'm adding an extra charge, okay? I'm adding an extra charge.
I don't care that the 5 laps are for legacy purposes.
Okay, I'm at it. 1 count of minor spelling mistake. I imagine we're gonna rack up those charges quite a bit.
At least the remix is kinda rave, but music is not nearly enough to save a track.
Oh, come
and
on.
it's clearly only as chaotic as it is to hide how bland the rest of the course is. Say what you want about Koopa Beach, what should not have been so bad though, right next on the list is Starview Peak.
Oh, god damn! That's crazy shit!
This is anything but peak.
Starview mid as well! Hey, yo. One good charge. A crazy take, but I fuck with it.
It's just a bunch of smooth and empty turns. The first stuff is just boring.
It's actually so crazy, isn't it? It's actually so great. I remember people are gassing this shit up. Even to this day, people in my chat are like, Starview Peak, Musty. I'm like, bruv, I was not eating up this track's hype when I first played it, and even now I'm not eating it neither. You know, I don't get it, man.
On the whole, it's definitely more engaging than Koopa Beach, but
listen. You better listen. You better calm down, okay? You're in charge range, okay? Calm down.
Let's not pretend like that's an achievement.
Okay.
Starview Mid is more like it.
Shit.
That's the nicest name I came up for it.
A C tier? Oh, we're skipping so no D tier? Interesting. C tier for SNES Mario Circuit? A little harsh. People putting it in C, it's just a case of it's SNES Mario Circuit, therefore institutionalized racism, honestly. Because you're judging the track based on its previous iterations, which I think is I don't think is fair. If you're asking me, I don't think that's fair.
Starting at number 28 with Boo Cinema.
shit, we got baited? God damn. So even when Albert Boris made this a week after the game launched, still wasn't falling for the hype of Boost Cinema. All right. I'm gonna add another good charge. Gamers.
Boost Cinema is not absolute cinema.
Shit.
Its layout and design does not live up to the potential.
I'm glad you showed this, Albert. I don't know what to do with this fucking grind rail. This bit pisses me off because I'm like, I've tried to like grind here, then immediately veer right, but then I just bump into this wall there. So then I take this one, and I'm like, what? There's an opportunity to grind, and the optimal thing is to not use it. You explain that to me, liberals. Go on.
The reason this track is at the bottom of the C tier, though, is that the layout isn't really anything that interesting.
Yeah, basically. You play it once, you realize, oh, that's pretty good. You play it more, and it's like,
It's still a fine track overall, but definitely one of the least engaging ones on the list. Well, congratulations, Mario Circuit. You narrowly avoided the bottom 3 on the ranking. From the looks of it, it just seemed to be the same old SNES Mario Circuit tracks that we know and are tired of. But actually, it's kind of enjoyable.
hey, fair. I agree, because like I saw SNES Mario Circuit, and there is a part of me that goes, why? But like, you know what? Could have been worse, you know?
Although, personally, if it were up to me, I'd replace Mario Circuit 2 with Remix Mario Circuit and Mario Circuit 3 with 4, since they do the same jobs, but with...
There's no Mario Circuit 4.
Right after, we have the game's opener track, Mario Bros. Circuit.
Yeah, fair. You never really start off with your best track.
It's a decent enough starter course that introduces most of the game's new mechanics.
Would you say, Albert, that you never...
When I saw this track for the first time in the trailer, I thought it reminded me of Radiator Springs.
Oh, there is! That's a gamers. That is a felony. If you guys don't know, that is a felony charge. Raider Sprang. There it is.
I think the reason they put this track in a Mesa desert was as a reference to the Super Mario Bros. Super Show, whose intro also takes place in one.
Okay, do you know what? Fair. Charge is revoked. The charge is revoked.
Okay, for the last C-tier course, I can already smell how controversial this choice will be.
Acorn Heights?
We have Airship Fortress.
Oh! There is actually no shot. You're lying. You're just lying. That's a felony charge. Okay, I'll see if your charges get wiped of lying. If you're asking me, there is nothing that this track does so horribly compared to the DS where it goes in C. As far as I'm concerned, you're just lying. You might not think it says S or A or B. There is nothing that this track has done poorly enough where it goes from like one of the best in DS and 7 to like C in this game. I don't get you. I don't get you. But slow cook.
Playing it here, I'm not sure how to feel about this remake.
There are no bad feelings in Ballistixx Guy. You're supposed to feel great about.
Why can I cheese half the track without barely doing anything?
Hang on.
Why can I cheese half the track without barely doing anything?
What? You're taking the slower... Ref! You're taking the slower path! You're literally going around the outside! If that was the fastest path, I'd agree. You're taking the slower path! You have to go. You have to go firing squad.
The reason it doesn't work on this track, though, is because you can literally just hop on a rail right after the starting line, and it's free real estate.
I think this is another case where you making this ranking really early kind of fucks with you, because one of the bad sides of rail grinding is that you're predictable. You're literally in a straight line. If someone throws a green on the same rail as you, you're cooked. It's just too easy to get good at this one. You're playing Mario Kart! What do you mean? It's always easy to get good at the course. And there's a flower cup as well. No, that's another one. Guys, we have to add a second. We're adding a second chart. Hey, top 10 on the leaderboard tomorrow, you're banned.
Oh yeah, and the remix sounds like a tragic circus now. Yeah, it almost makes me
New Albert Boris face unlocked. New face unlocked. For this part, perfect face for throwing tomatoes at.
But even after all this time, DS Mario Circuit in the Booster Pass still has the better remake.
Remember guys, we're barely halfway through the fucking video, man.
Starting with the slightly better DS retro this game, DK Pass.
Remember guys, this becomes a jump scare video when you realize we still haven't seen Desert Hills.
Why did they make this out of bounds area look like a shortcut?
Okay, you know what? I have to add another good charge for that. That fucking ramp that I hate!
So, one of the coolest Mario Kart 7 nitros in my opinion has got to be Wario's Galleon, having you drive through a half-submerged battleship. So, why did they bring it back to a game that doesn't have underwater driving?
I would like to say this one's a bit more of a victim of maybe haven't played it enough. I won't give you a charge for it though.
I'm not the biggest fan of how driving on the water works in this game.
Again, another classic one of didn't play enough. Well, I would say overwater driving I'm not particularly enamored by. I do like it better than I did in week 1, which is why I didn't make a tier list on week 1, because I knew it would have been whack.
Wario track, we immediately go to the other, this time with Wario Stadium.
E for Wario Stadium, a little lower than I'd like, but...
It's got what it needs to have, including an
A big
even more
jump.
epic big jump.
A big jump.
The only
eh?
real loss, I'd say, was Wario's face not being plastered across the wall.
True, honestly
But
true.
I suppose I can live without it. And at the same time, being able to not only jump onto them, but also grind on top of the walls is a super satisfying trade-off. Acorn Heights is a course which I'm surprised I didn't put near the top of my list.
Yeah, because it's green and you just fucking love green, huh? Yeah, I love Acorn Heights.
When I first saw gameplay for it back in April, I thought it seemed like one of the most ambitious tracks in the game, with all the split roads and elements it had. But playing it now, I may have overrated it.
Classic. Oh, you mean as in you had high expectations for something and set an impossible bar only for it to be disappointed? Wow! Oh, classic Nintendo fan. Classic. I can't believe this.
Where the track does kind of lose me though is the final section.
There's not enough acorns, is there? Because that's my big issue with this.
Having 4 different roads to pick from sounds cool on the surface, but they all play the same and are kind of...
Yeah.
Way Oasis is probably the Mario Kart World track of all time. Remember when we saw it in the trailer and thought we'd be racing alongside zebras and other animals?
Yeah, then he just ripped it. Who was it? Who was it that I fucking dunked on? Who was it? But Musty, the game doesn't promise you any animals. I don't know who that was, but I'm going to retroactively chug dunk you again. Dumbest decision they ever made, honestly. Yeah, that's alright.
Key spaceport at number
Not high enough.
Based, the whole journey almost feels like a boss battle.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's also a bit generic at the same time.
Personally, the thing is though, again, it's a bit weird that like you had this in a versus race context. If you're gonna rank a Mario Kart game, something that generally people tend to play a lot with friends, but also I think you have to weigh in the experience you have playing it with people too. And while DK Spacebar, I would say, yeah, maybe it's relatively plain when you play it with AI. I would say I think the simpler tracks definitely bode better in a online race like local multiplayer sense, because you let the chaos of the game kind of take reign, which is I think Mario Kart World's strongest asset. I wonder if Albert's considered that. I wonder if anyone's really considered that.
It's number 18, Bowser's Cat.
Gamers, it has to be. Gamers, it's an additional charge. It's an additional charge. There's just no charge. You're lying. You're actually like, hey, we disagree. And then you're lying, Albert. You're lying. One of the best stages to ever do it in the series, not even just the game.
Because it's both overwhelming, but also kind of underwhelming at the same time.
How does that work? Explain, please.
With tons of sharp turns everywhere,
Yes.
as well as an intense thunderstorm ravaging.
Yes.
But at the same time, the layout isn't that interesting.
No. You're doing multiple turns at once, taking into account whether you could go as near as possible because of the Podo Boos? No.
I find the lack of thwomps to be very disturbing.
No. That's how I feel about your placement. Actually disgusting behavior.
And with that, we're all...
And then we haven't seen Moo Moo Meadows yet. I just realized the music. We haven't seen. Oh, hang on. We haven't seen Desert Hills. We haven't seen Moo Moo Meadows. What is happening right now? What is happening, gamers?
Wait, is that Moo Moo Meadows I'm hearing? You can't actually be serious to put
True!
Dude, you spoiled it, Bertrol. As insane as this might sound, but opening up the 8th tier, I'm actually gonna put Moo Moo Meadows at number 17.
Okay, so you guys voted that DK Spaceport will in fact be an extra charge, so I will add it right now. But also, gamers, my KTB take or Albert's Moo take?
Honestly, I almost actually cried upon playing it here for the first time.
Jesus Christ. What, for all of that for Moo Meadows?
It is.
10 more years, gamers, 10 more years.
And the general terrain feels hillier too, allowing you to pull off more tricks.
Yeah, it's definitely a bit more, I suppose. But
Shortcut.
listen, I'm just saying, Albert, that the people disagree. The people think this is by a notable margin as well. It's not even close, chat. It's not even close.
At number 16, we have Peach Stadia.
A is a little higher than I would, but fair enough. It just doesn't do enough, you know? Even you say the soundtracks and go, even I think the music's not that enough. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, this is the guilty pleasure I was talking about.
Desert
Opening
Hills.
up the top 15 is Desert Hills. This was the first course in, but you know what's better than Super Mario Bros. 3? Super Mario Land.
Oh no. She's been bing wahooed. She's been bing wahooed, chat. Oh no. Gamers, we are gathered here today to mark the scrimblification of Albert Lily Boris. No. I like that. I'm like, oh, it's neat that they referenced Mario Land. Well, anyway, is that one charge of scrimblification? I love Albert, but this is bleak. This might be a charge of scrimblification. We might have been scrimblified.
But yeah, I fucking love Desert Hills now.
Okay, mind the sensor beat there, Albert.
Like Moo Moo Meadows, it's just another simple and pleasant track without any deep-seated issues.
I think you've been scrimblified. The scrimble allegations have happened, gamers. It's happened. Whistle stop
Next.
though? I fuck with this. I fuck with this.
Oh, and you can grind on those tracks and alternate between so many lanes.
It's neat, isn't it?
kind of
I like it.
Alright, so do you guys want to hear a secret?
I don't want to hear it. I want off your wild ride, Albert. I'll be real with you, if I'm being honest.
I love the city tracks in the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass.
Of course you do, Albert. By your takes, it's a fucking normal take.
I know they're pretty hated for notoriously changing up each lap, but I personally
For notoriously No, people hate them because they're fucking real-life cities. People don't hate them because they changed. What an odd statement to say.
And oh my, would you look at that? We have one of those here too, in the form of Crown City at number 13. And it might just be one of the best tracks of this archetype.
I don't think I'd say that. I think Crown City just doesn't do enough. For me, it just doesn't do enough.
Then the second lap from the Mushroom Cup has you driving up the city onto a construction field hovering.
Which is like, I would say, the only interesting lap.
Epically gliding across the city.
Epically. Oh, I bet that Nathaniel Bandy lingo, yeah? Epic style. Now it's easy to say skipping toilet.
Musically, nothing compares to the absolute banger that is Cheap Cheap Falls.
I'd personally say musically, Crown City is better, but Cheap Cheap Falls is the better racetrack. I agree.
Holy crap,
This one is
has
good.
got to be the course of my favorite music tune in the game.
I might add a charge of Place Japan, but not yet. We'll see how it goes.
Would have expected Japanese flute circuit.
Maybe.
And the track itself is pretty kick-ass too. The Japanese Automastevic,
Maybe.
and we're only gonna continue to get better. At number 11, we have the definitive version of Sky High. Remember
love
those
this track.
rails that you could just clip right through?
You can grind
this
about
game,
it now.
actually makes sense to exist. Because
That's
of
what
rail
I'm
grinding.
saying.
It makes, I mean, you can even wall jump off of the final turn now. What else do I need to add?
I
The
love
only
that
reason
sound.
this track is not an S tier is because the layout is an oval.
I got it. Wait.
Amazing in spite of that, it still makes it somewhat straightforward.
I might have to.
Well, honestly, I feel bad for even coming up with a problem.
Okay, do you know what? Fair. There's no way Peach Beach is up here. Why you shouldn't make a video after just 1 week, or even not even a week. This is a week later. She probably played it like twice.
And opening up the home stretch, we have Salty Speedway.
Yes, it's crazy, but this probably reminds Albert of the one time she went to Italy, and I'm like, oh, okay, oh, all right.
Remember that clip from the trailer where Birdo was pulling that insane wall
That clip
grind
was
combo?
cool.
Well, it's just as fun to do it in the game.
Yeah, true.
And even despite my feelings for water, it still obviously serves an important purpose in this track, so I don't really think it's an issue.
Yeah, but they could also done something in. But like, again, I don't really buy that, Albert, because you've seen tracks where they do interesting things with the water. I would give this track props for fitting the water with the theming, but you can make water fit with the theming and be fun to race on. Cheap Cheap Falls and Warriors Galleon. So it can't be an S. Hi, guys, I do like it, but I just don't think it can be S. Choco Mountain in S is crazy, but I'm gonna be honest, I kind of fuck with it. I kind of fuck with it a little bit. See, guys, look, see, Albert admits she only played it once or twice. You see that? Crazy, Albert. Crazy that you'd admit that live, honestly.
Alright, so at number 8, this one might be controversial.
It's Peach Peach, isn't it?
If there's one track I'm not quite sure on what merits to rank it on, it would have to be this game's new Rainbow Road.
I kind of get this. Like, even though I put Rainbow Road quite high, I definitely understand why people put it low. I still, the spectacle still wins me over personally. But if people were only putting this in B, I'd be like, yeah, I kind of get you.
As much as I love it, it's also for being a visual spectacle.
It's a bit too easy.
Gameplay-wise, it's definitely not bad, not at all, but is it also anything that special? It's neither particularly challenging, nor does it really make use of the new mechanics
It
introduced.
does make you go blue, but it's a shame there's just not enough rails.
Dandelion Depths at number 6.
If I hear Mario Odyssey, I'm gonna fucking kill you. I'm coming to your house.
When I first saw screenshots of this track, I was like, hold up, is this Steam Gardens?
Fucking. Is this what going 8 years without a mainline Mario, 3D Mario happens to you people? You fucking people. Go play God of War, man. That's a charge. That's a charge. Is that that's a regular, not felony? Got one charge of God of War. That's probably my favorite charge. My Odyssey. You see?
That said, gameplay-wise though, Dandelion Depths doesn't seem that intriguing at first.
It's Margarita Pizza, isn't that right, chat?
At a quick glance, it seems like a pretty mediocre track, with just some smooth turns, no
Yeah,
open air, and then
Margarita
a hill
Pizza.
right. Overall though, I wouldn't be surprised if this track grows even more on me in the future. It's just that I also think that it's still a bit too simple to be higher. At number 6, we have Dino Jungle.
I fuck with Dana and S. Maybe a little too high for me. I fuck with it though. I fuck with it.
Jungle into Jurassic
so
Park style
good,
research.
man.
It manages to keep the core intact, while still adding a new spin to it with plenty of new sections. Oh yeah, and remember when the original track only had one measly Noshi dinosaur? Well, now there's several of them, and each lap they move around.
Wait, so you mean there's like some sort of animals on the racetrack? Wow, what a weird concept, right? What a weird concept for the thing your track is based on to be on the track. weird.
Up the top 5, we have a retro track that's...
Yeah, fuck, this is a lie. Yeah, me when I lie.
How the hell did it take such an average course and make it one of the most interesting tracks in the game?
Yeah, it's interesting the first time. But that's when you play it more and you're like, damn, this shit okay.
Admittedly, the first lap does kinda suck.
Kinda? It's fucking dead, Albert. It was found dead in Detroit at 2 in the morning. The whole fun of each beach is the tide stuff.
The whole charm of the course initially was that you had to be careful with
That's
the
what
rising
I'm saying!
tides, so that you wouldn't be slowed down. But now that you,
You do nothing! Nothing! Good day, sir! No, less catacracks! Less hazards! Nothing!
Now the course is a perfect use of the technical mechanics of the game.
And it has the Crown City issue, where lap 2 is the only fun lap, unfortunately. I like lap 3, the way it starts. You know, you got flanked either side, but then, guess what happens? Guess what happens, guys?
Although the fact that the course is still in S tier might seem a bit unfair, considering how—
Oh, hang on! Hey, what about the hey! Albert Boris! What about the? You're not going to talk about the final lap? You're going to skip the final lap? The whole boring ass overwater driving? No nonsense.
And it's no different here. However, at
skipped, gamers, ha, tee. I forgot. I'm just a city little woman. That's what you are. Unbelievable. That's another charge. Okay, at least you're not being weird about Toast Factory. Okay.
It's finally arrived again with this game, and unlike so many other Wii remakes over the years, it is just as beautiful as it once was.
I agree.
And even in spite of being so faithful, it still manages to inject some more technical platforming into the layout, particularly at the end of the
Yes, I'm glad you mentioned that.
However, it's not the best retro course in the game. That honor has to go to Shy Guy Bazaar, opening.
Okay, well, you guys know how I feel about this one.
This one manages to hit all of the marks and almost even more.
I don't think it's that good. I don't know, guys.
And the technicality is through the roof. You can not only grind on top of the tents in the plaza, but you can even enter the bazaar from the sidelines by jumping toward the rope and then breezing past the rooftop alley.
I mean, it's okay, I guess. I mean, you know, it would have been nice if there was maybe some Shy Guys up here.
See, this could have very well been my favorite track in the whole game.
Yeah, but like, is there maybe too many rails? I don't know. I think there's maybe a bit too many. I don't know.
Actually, also a second route through the track, where you drive through Daisy's Palace.
I don't know. Are you cheating, Albert? Maybe you're cheating because you're including the Daisy Palace version as well, which I think is against the rules, personally. Yeah, I do make up the rules, if you're wondering, chat. It's me. I make up the rules.
In silver, we have the Great Question Block.
Great Question Block. Yeah, good spot. I rate this. I fuck with this. One of the best new nitros to do it.
This course has, and that's the name is really fucking stupid.
Okay, I agree. Actually, you know what? Fair. No, it's based. One good charge. Should have called Toadette Sky. Okay, you're wrong again. Okay. You know. Charge is gone. Okay, Little Miss Daisy Sanctum. Get the fuck out of here. All right.
Even the music, while maybe a bit too whimsical,
one count of Ragebait.
It's just that the best course in the game is even better. Now, for my favorite track in the game, that has without a doubt.
What have we got left?
The Dry Bones Bird.
Dry Bones. Okay.
I don't even like lava themes that much.
See, I love how Albert has a good take, but still manages to throw in like, yes.
Layout-wise, the whole track is pretty much always made up of a higher.
Lava themes are a cheap way to raise the stake. Hey, Albert, what about locked you in a room? Would that be a cheap way of raising the stakes?
They didn't cheap out on technicality either.
There's
still plenty of rail grinding and wall jumping sections too to be had. Oh yeah, and all of this is happening while you're driving on the massive skeleton remains of a huge Dry Bones. Honestly, this could very well be my new favorite track in the series.
It is really good.
Without a doubt, there was no way that this track wouldn't be #1. And so there you have it. That is my full ranking of all 30 to 31 courses in Mario Kart World.
I will give you this, Albert. Even after all these years, Albert, even it's been was it at least a year now since we first crossed paths. Even after all this time, you still managed to post a list where if someone joined my Discord and posted this, they'd get banned instantly. So, I don't know how you manage that consistently, but good job.
And holy cow, am I burnt out after all of this.
Okay, let's go.
I know a lot of you in the comments are gonna say that it's too early to make this video, but honestly, this track's above and beyond, so I think it was fair for me to make this video.
I don't know, Albert. I don't know about that. I don't know about that, I'll be honest with you. I don't know about that, Albert. Yeah, I will say, while this video was definitely harmed by the fact that you rushed it out for the algorithm, eh, Albert? I would say the analysis was relatively good. I mean, I would say it's better than Bandy's because we only got Bandy's to compare it to. I still think it suffered. And I think it's a bit unfortunate that you didn't take a little bit longer to refine some more takes and have a couple more sleeps on it. But I will say the video was still relatively enjoyable nonetheless, you know? We've had our yucks, but I think it's fair to say, guys, round of applause, right, chat? Round of applause. An Albert video is never boring. Let's have a look at some, can't wait for... Okay, Albert, can you delete this guy as well? Albert, delete this guy, delete this guy, delete this guy, delete this guy. Musty's gonna... Hey, delete him, delete him, delete him! Delete him, delete him, delete him, delete him, delete him, delete him, delete him. That would mercy. Oh, was it the...
Almost makes me
literally. It's just weird. I don't know. It caught me by surprise. It's literally the... I think I've seen... Well, this was certainly a ranking. Well, that just... Either way, gamers, I think we've had a fun second stop on our course ranking world tour. Oh, and just to clarify, your final list of charges are, you've accumulated 3 good charges. One of that ramp that I hate, one of not spoiling the track with the music in the case of Boo Cinema, one good charge of crazy take by Fuck Within in the case of Starview Mid. But you got 2 counts of minor spelling mistake you lose with Legacy and Chaotic, 4 counts of slander with SNES, BC2, and KTB. 1 charge of Go Play God of War, which is Dandelion Depths. 1 charge of Millennial Humor, which was that fucking pun at the end. And then 8 felony charges of lying with Airship Fortress, Bowser Castle, DK Spacewalk, Desert Flats, City Track Slander at some point. This just whole ass quote, and then Peach Beach. And then 1 felony charge of lying by omission because you just completely forgot to reference the 3rd lap of Beach Beach. Your sentence, Albert Boris, is you need to do a live stream where you do Knockout Tour, and I'll be the person that joins, and I'll get to bully the streamer for once. So that's your charge, okay? We'll leave it there, chat. Better start practicing up those Mario Kart World lobbies. I've got Mega Mushrooms with your name on it. While I'm drafting with some devious plans, I want to thank all of you guys for watching the video. If you're new to Albert Boris, I mean, I did say I was going to get crazy, right? I would ask if I delivered, but yeah, an Albert Boris video always delivers. They're never boring. Amazing how that works, eh? And the same way is amazing how I've got a lovely group of members who are willing to support my cause. Starting off with the wizards looking oh so wizardous. A very big thank you to you in particular. And of course, you've got the Royal Guard scrolling across the screen now, and the knights you can see in the description. The next stop on the course ranking world tour is Nintendo Land, and oh boy, if you know anything about me and Nintendo Land's history, it's going to be a doozy. And believe me, it turned out to be exactly that. As for me, I'm recording this right before I do a 15-hour night shift. Yeah, the 12s I used to do on the weekends are now 15. Crazy, huh? But they're generally quite chill. It's just watching cameras in a central London office building. Nothing happens most of the time. And I'm kind of hoping it stays that way. But then again, the prospect of making a members-only video that's titled I Nearly Died, not clickbait, of like someone breaking in. You know, risking my own life or the content, you know, it really is the YouTuber's dilemma, huh? But it should be no dilemma as to what video you're going to click on next. If you didn't see the first stop in the ranking world tour, it's the video on the top right. And if you're feeling a bit adventurous, the video on the bottom right is something that YouTube thinks that you will like in particular. Do be sure to also check out the second channel where I've got a whole load of stuff for you waiting in the wings. Leave a like before you go, and until next time, there's your lot.